Straight to the papers. Alitza's with us. She's starting in Israel today. Celebrations starting for the country's National Day. What have you found, Alitza?
That's right, Stuart. Well, some controversial choices have been made, like selecting this extremist rabbi. He's known for bulldozing Palestinian homes of civilians, and he's giving the honor of lighting one of the torches for Israel's Independence Day ceremony. So there, this is seen as a big honor, and he's one of the 14 people chosen for the, quote, extraordinary contribution to society and the state, and he became very well known after he personally documented himself destroying homes of civilians, and human rights campaigners say that choosing him endorses ethnic cleansing and war crimes. And speaking of Israelis, I also want to show you this article here by the New York Times that says that 2 Israeli soldiers have been sentenced for damaging a statue of Jesus, and they were caught after one of the soldiers filmed the other one destroying the statue with this hammer, and this is in Lebanon. And according to experts, the act reflects not only ignorance but also growing hostility towards Christians coming from Israeli Jews.
Let's move on to another topic for you now. This is LGBTQ rights. Got some news from Hungary.
That's right, and Politico reports that Europe's Court of Justice ruled that Hungary violated EU law by banning children from accessing LGBTQ content, and it ordered Budapest to scrap the legislation. And Politico calls it a, quote, landmark judgment that comes after Viktor Orban was defeated. In Russia, however, the situation for the LGBTQ community is different. Independent paper The Moscow Times reports that the CEO of Russia's largest book publisher was detained in a so-called LGBTQ extremism probe. And pro-Kremlin media reported that the ongoing investigation focuses on the distribution of LGBTQ literature, and specifically this book here, written by a Russian-Ukrainian duo. It's called Pioneer Summer, and it depicts the gay relationship between a counselor at a Soviet-era summer camp and a teenager, Stuart.
Next, this is a fascinating story. France's official meteorological administration, this is Météo France, Weather France literally, has been linked to suspicions of market manipulation.
That's right. French paper Le Monde reports that temperature sensors at Paris's Charles de Gaulle airport recorded sudden and unusual spikes on the 6th and the 15th of April. And here we can see this is the chart from the 15th of April. The temperature was around 18 degrees when suddenly it went to 22. Actually, the actual temperature was only 18 degrees. And on this date, the temperature, the probability that the temperature will reach 22 degrees was at about 1%, when at 9 p.m. it jumped at almost 100%. And you would ask me, Alitza, why are you so interested by the weather in Paris? Well, it's actually because this anomaly has raised suspicions of manipulation and insider trading linked to bets placed on Polymarket. This is the American betting platform. And for the very few people who betted that the temperatures will reach 22 degrees, this was a jackpot. And how was it done? Some people say that perhaps they went to the radars that actually record the temperature and they heated them up with a hairdryer.
Okay.
These are speculations, but there you go. And Le Monde reminds that traders on Polymarket speculate on all sorts of events, including very niche ones like the weather, and they can make a lot of money. In France, it's forbidden, but we don't know who placed the bets. And I have another story on markets. It's a bit different. It's by the Times here, and it says that women get worse investment advice according to a study, and the Times writes that the industry treats them as less sophisticated clients. The study found that women were more likely to be recommended to invest in funds where instead of the clients, the banks actually earn more money. And the interesting part is that it's not just male advisors exploiting their female clients, it's female advisors as well.
Interesting little tidbit. Finally, Madonna's Coachella's performance with Sabrina Carpenter made headlines, of course, but all is not well in paradise.
That's right. Madonna is pretty upset because her iconic outfit that she wore to Coachella 20 years ago, she repeated outfits this year, was apparently stolen. And she said, "These aren't just clothes, they are part of my history," and offered a reward for anyone who could bring them back. So let's all say a little prayer for the Queen of Pop and her fashion choices.
It's like a prayer. Thank you very much. Let's get over there with the papers on France 24. More for you straight after the break.